At this roach-infested apartment where I lived, and my abuser could walk in at any moment, but she came. Keep this verse in mind as I share with you today, because this verse is what my whole life stems around. Verse 12, and though one can overpower him who is alone, two can resist him. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So about 16 years ago, I was in my last abusive relationship, and I happened to be going to this small Lutheran church at the time, and I don't remember at all how all the pieces came together, but I do remember that a woman from the church came to my apartment while he was at work, and we talked, and then another woman got involved. But let's stay with this first woman now, right? So I lived in the northwest suburbs of Illinois, but there's always a ghetto part to every suburb that I know of, and I was always to be found there, right? So here this woman is coming to visit me at this roach-infested apartment where I lived, and my abuser could walk in at any moment, but she came. To talk with me about leaving, and obviously touched me, and I will never forget that she made that sacrifice in her life to come love me. So then, second woman from my church enters, and she had said that her daughter was getting married, and then they were in process of purchasing a home, so as soon as she was able to move, I could take her bedroom, and she would take me, my daughter, and her dog. But it was going to be a little while yet. Well, in the meantime, it got really bad with him. I mean, I remember sitting there, like, Googling at night. I'd be like, God, please help me. Where do I go? God, please help me. It's the worst feeling when you have nowhere to go. And you're stuck, you know, in a situation. Well, it got to the point where I was like, I don't even care anymore. I need out of here. We need to be safe. So while he was at work one day, I left my job. I went and packed up everything I could in my car and my dog, and we left. And I called her and I said, you know, I know it's not time yet. I said, but we're just going to stay in the car until your daughter moves out, you know. And she said, well, it happened to happen early, and the bedroom was ready right at that moment. And then we were able to go move in with her, and I think we were there for about 3 years. And I just remember how peaceful it was, and that amazing feeling, if you've ever experienced it, of knowing that you're finally safe. I mean, you still got stuff going on in here, right? But I knew in my environment I was safe. So because of that, I was able to really start connecting with God in a different way. And I'd say about a year later, I actually screamed out to God, because again, I was still in a lot of pain in here, right? So I screamed out to God, and that's when I started my relationship with him. And he came, you guys, he is real. His love overwhelmed me. And then he took me on this healing journey, you know. And that's my whole, like, a testimony piece, but it's been an amazing walk with him for 15 years. And now I'm at this point where over the past 15 years, he's done a ton of healing within me. I'm no longer in survival mode. I mean, obviously, I'm actually in a situation right now of needing funds, and I'm not even in survival mode. And I have a reason to be, if anything, right? Like, but anyway, he healed me, and I'm a different person now, and now I'm able to be the one to help others, right? But if it wasn't for those 2 women, I don't know where I'd be, because I had nothing but unhealthy people around me, and I had nowhere healthy to go. And that stuff passes down the generations. If I had to stay in those situations, I don't know who my daughter would be today. And we can see in the world there's so much pain and hurt, and that's because there's been a lack of support. And so that's what I'm doing with my life, what I've been doing with my life, especially this past year of being out of work. I have been finding opportunities come to me to where I can just love on other women and help strengthen them. So again, back to that verse, one can be overpowered by this life or spiritually by the enemy. But when one or two come alongside them, it's a lot harder to take a person down. So again, I'm asking you for your help. Even if you can just give $20, it's gonna help. And I'll be back with some updates about some developments in the ministry area and also my micro bakery area. Thank you. Have a great day.